Mortgage. There is no generally acceptable definition of mortgage. In Olowu and Miller Burroughs Limited, 1922, 3 NLR 110, the court defined a mortgage as a security created by contract for the payment of a debt already due or to become due. A mortgage may be defined as an agreement which may be expressed by deed between persons in which a borrower of a sum of money puts up his property as collateral for the money given with the understanding that the property will be conveyed back to him upon the repayment of the money and any agreed interest accrued on it. Mortgage is a conveyance of legal interest in property to another person, but with the provision for redemption upon repayment of the consideration or the performance of an obligation. Parties to a mortgage: the mortgagor, this is the person borrowing the loan and advancing the security. The mortgagee, this is the party advancing the loan. Other terms: the mortgage property and the mortgage debt, the consideration. Features of a mortgage: 1. It is a conveyance of an interest in land to a lender of money. 2. The land is held only as a security or collateral to ensure the repayment of the money loaned. 3. The property is reconveyed back to its owner when the money loaned is repaid. 4. In the event of failure to repay the money advanced, the lender of the money has the right to sell the land to realize the money advanced. An essential feature of mortgages, both legal and equitable, is that once a mortgage, always a mortgage, and nothing but a mortgage. Yarrow and Arawa Construction Limited, 2008, All Federation Weekly Report, Part 400, page 603 at 634. Applicable laws to mortgage transactions are Land Use Act, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, Stamp Duties Act, Rules of Professional Conduct, Land Instrument Registration Law, the Company and Allied Matters Act, Property and Conveyancing Act, Mortgage Institutions Act, Law Reform Contract Law, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Act, Illiterate Protection Law where applicable. Mortgage institutions in Nigeria. These are largely regulated by the provisions of the Mortgage Institutions Act, Cap M 1911-2004. The following are some of the institutions from which the borrower may source for money. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. This bank is established pursuant to the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Act, Cap E 1611-2004. The main function of the bank is the provision of long-term credit facilities to credit institutions in the country at such rate and upon such terms as may be determined by the board of the bank to enable mortgage institutions grant comparable facilities to Nigerian individuals desiring to acquire houses of their own. In addition to this, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria provides financial assistance in the form of long-term facilities to Nigerian individuals desiring to acquire houses of their own. FMBN and Olowu 1997 6 Nigerian Regular Report, Part 510 at 584. Advantages of Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria as a source of lending. 1. The facility granted through it is a long-term facility. 2. The interest is very low as 6%. 3. The bank is widely spread across the 36 states of the Federation, making it easily accessible to many Nigerians. 4. They enjoy government support. Commercial banks. They make advances for commercial transactions generally and not just mortgage arrangements. The bank may require some real property as security before it advances any sum of money to the borrower. The disadvantages of commercial banks are: 1. They give loans on short-term basis. 2. Their loans are usually given at high interest rates. 3. The conditions as to collaterals are usually very stringent. Housing corporations. They are usually established by state governments in Nigeria. They engage in developing houses and selling them to members of the public. Arrangements are also put in place to enable members of the public pay for these houses instrumentally. Examples are: 1. Kogi State Loan and Savings. 2. Lagos State Property and Development Corporation. Mortgage bankers. These are banks set up with the sole purpose of providing Nigerians with facilities to own their own homes. They are owned by shareholders who have invested into it to carry out the business of mortgage banking in Nigeria. A perfect example is ASO Savings and Loans PLC and Union Homes Savings and Loans PLC. They are different from other banks because they are primarily engaged in mortgage banking only. Housing schemes. These are provided by employers through which loans are provided to individuals to acquire houses after a long period of deductions from the employee's salaries or periodic deductions in the future. Life endowment policy. Under this process, the person insured or the holder of a life insurance policy is to assign his policy to the mortgagee. The insurance company will guarantee the loan, and upon default of payment by the mortgagor, the mortgagee will be entitled to the proceeds of the life insurance policy or indemnity. Difference between mortgage and similar transactions. Mortgage and assignment. In a mortgage, the title of the property is transferred subject to redemption upon payment of the loan. In an assignment, there is a transfer of the totality of interest in the property by the assignor to the assignee. Difference between a mortgage and a lien. A mortgage is created with respect to real properties. A lien is a qualified right of a creditor over the property of a debtor, which serves as a security for the debt. It is the right to retain the property of another person until the debt is paid. A lien will be created over all kinds of properties and not necessarily on real property as in mortgages. Difference between mortgage and pledge. In a mortgage, the mortgagee acquires title to the property. In Adetono and Zenith International Bank PLC 2011-18 Nigerian Regular Report Part 1279, the court distinguished mortgage from a pledge towards. By mortgage, the title is transferred. By pledge, possession is transferred. A pledge is a deposit of some personal property to a creditor as a security for some debt or performance of some act. The pledgor only has possessory right over the property. Role of solicitors in mortgage transactions. 1. Investigation of the title of the property sought to be mortgaged. 2. Preparation of a search report. 3. Negotiation of the terms and conditions of the loan. 4. Drafting of the mortgage instrument. 5. Perfection of the mortgage, i.e. consent, stamping and registration. 6. Assisting in the discharge of the legal mortgage. Investigation of title. Where a customer applies to a bank for a loan and informs the bank that he has a property to use as a collateral, the bank usually requests the solicitor to investigate the title of the property. The solicitor must ensure that the property is in existence and that the prospective mortgagor is the person in which title that property vests. Where the intended borrower is an individual, the search is conducted at the land registry where the land is situated and registered. Where the intended borrower is a registered company, investigations are conducted at both the land registry and also at the Corporate Affairs Commission. There should also be physical inspection of the property. A search report. The report could be written in a letterheaded paper. The search report should contain the following: A. Date and place of the search. B. Name and address of the borrower. C. Persons providing the security. D. Description of the property. E. Nature of the title. F. Any encumbrance and discharge. G. Valuation of the property. H. Legal opinion, comment by the solicitor. I. Name and signature of the solicitor. Content of the search report where the borrower is a company. A. Date of the search. B. Name of the company, the borrower. C. Date of incorporation of the company. D. Name and addresses of shareholders of the company. E. Name and addresses of the directors of the company. F. Borrowing powers of the company. G. Any registered charge against the company's assets. H. The last annual returns the company filed to the Corporate Affairs Commission. And I. Legal opinions and comments. Types of mortgage. Generally, mortgage is divided into two, and the classification is based on the mode of the creation of the mortgage. They are 1. Legal mortgage and 2. Equitable mortgage. Why should we prefer a legal mortgage? 1. Certainty of terms. 2. Enforceability. 3. It enjoys priority. And 4. It is less prone to fraud. Why should you prefer an equitable mortgage? 1. It is a good option for a small loan or a short-term loan. 2. It is easy to create. And 3. It is easy to discharge. Quick glance note is powered by Rollums and Luxury, your choice real estate agency in Lagos, Nigeria. Address is number 7 Tower Conic Close off Idemai Crescent, Igbefon, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. Tell WhatsApp 081-427-75425, 091-526-91367, and send your emails to rollumsandluxury@gmail.com, Instagram rollumsandluxury, Facebook rollumsandluxury. You can call them for all your real estate questions. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 091-259-21620 or send an email to resistandpartners.chambers@gmail.com.